Welcome to Daily Review, your daily dose of literary exploration. We dive into books that spark curiosity and ignite growth.
While our passion often leads us to nonfiction reads that empower and improve your life, no book is off limits.
From gripping thrillers to insightful memoirs and compelling fiction to historical accounts, we're here to share and discuss all the interesting reads we discover.
Tune in for your next great book idea.
Okay, so today we're diving into David Richo's How to Be an Adult in Relationships. We gave this suggestion, took a look, and there's definitely a lot here.
There really is. It's got this interesting blend, psychology, but also a kind of practical spirituality, all focused on how love can flow more freely.
And the core seems to be this framework he calls the 5 A's.
Exactly. Attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing. Richo argues these are like fundamental.
Fundamental how? Like for kids?
Well, yes, definitely crucial for building self-esteem and identity when you're young. But here's the key insight. Those exact same 5 qualities are what we need for, real happiness and intimacy in our adult relationships too. They're the building blocks.
So it's what we needed then and what we need now, both giving and receiving, I guess.
Spot on. And he even takes it a step further. It's not just personal relationships.
Okay.
He connects these 5 A's to like a bigger purpose, service, universal compassion.
Yeah.
Is what naturally overflows when you're operating from this place of mindful love.
Okay, but what if you didn't get enough of those A's growing up? That seems like a common issue.
Right. And the book tackles that directly. It suggests that unmet need can create this sort of bottomless pit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and that can lead us, often unconsciously, to replay painful patterns in our adult relationships.
Yeah.
Trying to fill that void,
So you end up repeating the same stuff. Makes sense. So becoming good at relationships isn't just automatic.
Not at all. It takes conscious work. A big part of that is actually grieving the past, those unmet needs. That's necessary for healthy intimacy now.
Yeah. Grieving. Okay. And how does that connect to, interacting with a partner now?
Well, he talks about needing a holding environment, basically. A safe relationship context where those 5 A's are present.
A safe space.
Exactly. And within that space, something called mirroring can happen. Being truly seen, heard, understood.
Mirroring. If you didn't get that as a kid.
Then you might have this deep fear of abandonment. So mutual mirroring in adult relationships is, crucial. It builds security.
Okay, now what about conflict? The book mentions that too, right? It doesn't sound very 5 A's-ish.
Yeah, right. But it's framed as a necessary phase, often comes after the initial romance, and it can actually lead to real commitment if you handle it well.
How so?
Conflict often digs up those old childhood issues. The book suggests it gives you a chance to kind of reenact them.
Oof. Reenact the bad stuff.
But here's the twist. Reenact them with a partner who can provide that mirroring, that holding environment. It's a chance to gain mastery over those old patterns rather than just repeating them blindly.
So conflict can actually be productive.
Potentially, yes. A path to healing. It connects to how the book discusses disappointment, too.
Right, disappointment. That's unavoidable.
Totally. It's a loss of illusion. But Richo offers this really interesting perspective that disappointment can be a grace, even the fastest chariot to enlightenment.
Wow, okay. So don't just run from it.
Exactly. Learn to grieve it, like yourself receive empathy. Avoiding it or blaming just keeps you stuck.
And what keeps us stuck, often, according to the book?
The ego.
Yeah.
Big surprise, right? He uses the acronym FACE.
FSCE. Let me guess. Fear.
Yep. Fear, attachment, control, and entitlement. The ego's main tools for blocking real intimacy.
So how do you get past the FACE?
Mindfulness is the key tool offered. Noticing those ego habits, the fear, the need to control without judging them.
Just noticing.
Noticing creates space to choose differently, to choose responses based on the 5 A's instead. Being an adult here means moving past needing the ideal partner and committing to the real person.
Imperfections and all. Yours and theirs.
Exactly. It's about choice and commitment.
What about when relationships do end? That's reality too.
Absolutely. And grieving is crucial there too. Mourning the loss helps you learn, process, and grow.
Instead of just jumping into the next thing.
Right. Or just blaming. Often the pain points back to those unresolved childhood issues anyway, so grieving is part of the work.
It sounds like this whole journey is about moving from the inside out, like understanding yourself first.
That's the intrapersonal. Then relating consciously to another.
Interpersonal.
Right. And maybe even expanding that compassion outwards transpersonally. Service to the world, that kind of thing. It's all built on conscious choice, not just, feeling attracted to someone.
I remember reading a bit about metaphors. like your partner being a metaphor.
Yeah, that's a powerful idea in the book. Your partner reflects back your own inner stuff, things you need to work on. And that idea of going into the whole of your deficits, like Alice in Wonderland.
Instead of avoiding the scary stuff.
Exactly. The book suggests fulfillment is actually found in those places of vulnerability and unmet need if you approach them consciously.
So bringing it all together, this deep dive really highlights the 5 A's, doesn't it? Attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, allowing.
They really are the heart of it. They're what we needed first, and they're also the path to mature, mindful, compassionate connection with ourselves, others, the world.
That's a powerful framework.
Definitely. And maybe here's something to chew on. Consider the idea that what seems to be in the way of true intimacy, our past hurts, our fears, our disappointments, is actually the way into a deeper, more authentic experience of love and connection.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Daily Review. We truly appreciate you joining us for your daily dose of literary exploration. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue to share these amazing books with you.
If you're enjoying what you hear, please consider taking a moment to subscribe, rate, like, and comment on any of the platforms you're listening from. This really helps support our channel and allows us to get better and bring you even more great content.
If today's review sparked your interest and you're ready to dive into a copy of the book, please consider using the link in our description to make your purchase. Not only does it make it easy for you to get your hands on the book, but it also directly supports our channel and the author, allowing us to keep bringing you more great content.
Thanks again for being a part of the Daily Review community.